Give you a better taste,
a cup of tea.
Finish with a cup of tea with an amorous twist, Alan. Now, I'm sure you know we're a nation of tea drinkers. Guess how many cups of tea we drink in an average lifetime?
Idea.
45,000. Now, if you put these aphrodisiac bags in your teapot, it'll lift the lid on your libido, OK? They're called Love Potion bags by Blends for Friends, and they will make you and your friend become a lot more intimately acquainted.
I think something's beginning to happen. I need to go to the loo. Oh, sorry, no.
With the aid of this inflatable tilt master. Yes, you can be ambitious and you can get into all kinds of poses and maintain them. Yes.
I don't think I can maintain anything on. What do you just...
I'm not sure this is a good idea. That is not meant to... That's so right. It's not meant to happen.
The only chance I get and I fall off. My rose petals and massage oil and tea. It's terrible. My next guests are the undisputed queens of the makeover. Not content with restyling most of Britain, they've now set their sights on a far bigger challenge, the United States of America. To tell us more, please welcome Trinny and Susannah. I love having you two on here because you make me feel so small.
Oh, well, we just, you know, I just feel I'm quite nervous after you've had that tea, how you'll be behaving.
So I think it probably takes a while to work.
I really want... Can I possibly take home the little plastic couple with its own little carpet?
Of course you can.
I just think that's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Susannah,
it's fantastic.
you really must get out more, love. It's...
No, you know what it is? My problem, I live in the country now, and this is my one social event of the week.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's why I need, you know, I do a lot more in the evenings.
No.
Sort of around that couple. So
You do a lot less in the evenings if you've got one of those.
Yeah.
Tell us what you've been doing in the States, Trinny. What's been going on?
We went and filmed late last year a show called Making Over America, Trinny and Susannah Make Over America, and we did it, and we went all around the eastern part of America. So it really was, when we undertook the show and they said Making Over America, we thought great, and we were in a hotel room a different hotel room every night. But it was so exciting because it was not New York or Los Angeles, all these small towns around America, and I think what we found most amazing is wherever you are in the world, the problems are the same. You know, so we lived the lives of these women. There was a great one we did, Shanda, and she was in the US Army, so we went to live in the Army. We had to work out with 300 men. So tough. Such lovely bodies. And I'm such a kind of midlife crisis woman. And, you know, she had the same issues as somebody in Middlesbrough.
But you're quite, sometimes when you get in full flight, Susannah, you're quite scary. I mean, how did they... That's over here. How did you affect them over there? Were they terrified?
No, I have to say, we didn't, you know, we are how we are, and, you know, everything we do, we are very kind of overpowering. But it all comes with love, you know. It's because we're so passionate about what we do. And funnily enough, the American women, they were like right there, you know, they're very feisty. And we had, you know, quite a tough time with some of them. And there was like one woman who, Taryn, who would not look at herself in the mirror. She refused to take her clothes off in front of anyone, hadn't taken her clothes off in front of her, who then became her fiancé, her boyfriend, and they got engaged after we'd done the show. And so we were in shops, and it was impossible for us to kind of work out her shape and her figure and what clothes were going to suit her. So in the end, I just said, look, you know, if I take my clothes off in this shop in front of all these people, will you do it? Yeah. And
well, I'd have said yes.
No. Trust me, it wasn't a pretty sight.
Was it not?
No, not. She looked amazing. Oh. And I just said to her, okay, who's got the smaller waist? And she looked, she went, I have. And then I said, who's got the less cellulite? And she looked at us and she went, I have.
And then I said, who has the less droopy tits? And she went, I have.
Now, women are always, whoever they are, however beautiful they are, as we know from all these models who keep going and having bits injected and all this kind of thing, they never think they're beautiful enough. But they all seem to worry about the flat of the tummy. And you've brought out these new pants now, haven't you? These, your own brand of sort of magic knickers, or is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're called magic knickers. But I think whatever the, you know, speak to women endlessly, and it nearly always boils down to the stomach. You know, there's a bit of please lift my bottom. So we have 16 things in this range. So there's lift the bottom, flatten the thighs, but the tummy is the thing that upsets most women. And I think it's because a lot of women give birth, and, you know, the tummy is never the same afterwards. And it's kind of this uncontrollable thing.
Trinny doesn't have the tummy problem, she has the butt problem.
Yeah, I have the sagging arse. So,
so
we have linkers to sagging arse.
tummy problem.
Yeah.
I do.
But of course, one of the biggest problems for most women is underwear, you know,
Yes.
top or bottom. But we thought we'd set Trinny and Susannah a challenge today. Whatever shape or size you are, there's an undergarment for you. And here's what to look out for. Here they come. Come over here.
Okay.
Down here, guys.
Brave
By
girl.
George. You know that tea I had?
You didn't need it.
Clammy, hot
I'm
and
coming
clammy.
over here. I'm getting very hot and bothered. Now, we've got 3 girls here. We've got Jazz over the far end. Now, Jazz is a 30A. Would you, girls, you feel free to go approach
Okay,
them
all right.
Well,
We're going to
stuck
critique
in.
it, Alan, because we haven't chosen this stuff, so we're going to tell you what we think.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Jazz,
Jazz is a 30A.
you are like me. There's nothing there. And some days
Jazz.
we... No, you really. And some days we want to feel there's a bit more there. Some days... Our big-titted friends are very envious of our no breasts, Alan, I have to tell you. But other days we feel we want to be curvy. And I've got to say, this is the kind of bra that for Valentine's Day a man might say, how pretty, I'll buy it for my flat-chested girlfriend. But it's not actually doing much for you, darling. And the reason it's not is when you have slightly flatter boobs that go out, you shouldn't have too much space in the middle here. So you should have a kind of plunge bra more.
Push them together a bit
Push them
more.
together. And then a trick I do, which we can't do now, but can I pretend I am a chicken fillet? Okay, I'm going to pretend that this is a piece of jelly chicken fillet. And my, let's say I put that in here, and I then could push the boob up, because a bit of chicken fillet, which is a fake piece of chicken fillet, is sold in all big department stores, pushes your boobs, gives you a bit more volume, so then this bra would look good. Do you see the cleavage there?
Okay, lovely. I
It's
believe
great,
you.
but the cleavage area is black. So I would say pretty bra, but unless you get the right underlings, it's not working for you.
Can we go on now to Natalie in the middle of the 34B?
Okay, 34B. So you're kind of headed towards this end of the scale, but you're kind of like the perfect form. You've got the perfect boobs. I'm so envious of them because
Yes,
I don't
me
know if
too.
you, Kelly, you just find they get in the
envy.
way, don't you? They can get in the way and they can be a burden. But yours are perfectly shaped, and I think this is such an elegant bra because it's not overtly sexy. It gives your boobs a great shape, and it's very feminine. It's not kind of like, I want to, you know, have some action tonight. It's just like, I'm your wife, and it's not too overt.
I wish. No, I don't really, dear. No, fine. Now, Kelly's a 34E. This, as you say, it's more difficult when they're larger.
It is, but I'm going to actually go and get this bra because it's lovely to see a big bra in, a great colour, and also one which is lower cut at the front, because normally what I don't know if you ladies find, it's like if you've got bigger boobs, bras tend to cover your whole breast and it's really unflattering. You don't feel sexy, whereas something like this, I'm sure you feel very sexy in, don't you? And can you believe Kelly had a baby 9 weeks ago?
Really? Good on you,
how
Kelly.
incredible
Big
is
round for you. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Ladies and gentlemen, my thanks to the people who can make me over any time they want at all, but also to Jazz, Natalie, Kelly, and Trinny and Susannah. Thank you very much.